All right, let's talk about something we all deal with, getting a compliment. It's supposed to be a gift, right? A little boost. So why does it sometimes feel so heavy? In this explainer, we're going to unpack the fascinating psychology behind why praise can be so incredibly hard to accept. You know that feeling, right? Someone praises your work and instead of that warm, fuzzy feeling, your stomach kind of drops. You get this rush of anxiety and all you want to do is deflect, downplay it, or just vanish. It's a super common reaction, but man, when it happens, it feels so deeply personal. We're going to explore why such a simple, kind gesture can often feel so incredibly uncomfortable. And this is the classic line, isn't it? It's our automatic script. Someone says, hey, great job, and out comes some version of this. It's like a reflex, just pushing that praise away. We're throwing up a shield. But what exactly are we shielding ourselves from? So to figure that out, we kind of need to reframe how we're looking at compliments. It's not just about the words being said. It's all about how those words land. Because for a lot of people, a compliment can be perceived as two things at once, a gift and a threat. And this is the big paradox. The person giving the compliment fully intends to offer a gift, a little moment of recognition. But for the person receiving it, that exact same gift can feel dangerous. A threat of what, you ask? A threat of new expectations, a new, higher bar that you now have to clear. Now, the easy answer, the one we all jump to, is to say, oh, they're just being humble. But that deep, squirmy discomfort we're talking about, it usually runs way, way deeper than just simple modesty. We gotta look past that surface level stuff. We tend to just write this off as fake humility or, low self-esteem. But the psychology here points to something way more specific going on. This isn't some vague feeling. It's an active, genuine defense mechanism kicking in to protect you from what your brain sees as a real danger. And it's all being powered by a very particular belief system hiding under the surface. Okay, so if it's not just modesty, then what the heck is it? What is the hidden engine driving this powerful, super uncomfortable reaction to something that is meant to feel good? And here we have it, the answer. The core concept coming straight from psychological research is something called conditional self-worth. Honestly, this is the key that unlocks this entire mystery. So what does that actually mean? Well, conditional self-worth is the deeply ingrained belief that your value as a person isn't a given. It's something you have to earn. It's totally contingent on your performance. The message is, you are lovable, you are acceptable, you are worthy, but only if you keep achieving. And this just lays it out so perfectly. On one side, you've got conditional self-worth. The motto is, I am what I achieve. My value is kind of like a stock price that can shoot up or crash down with every single success and failure. But on the other side, you have unconditional self-worth. I am enough as I am. My value is a constant. It's separate from my performance. When you see them side by side like this, you can really feel the internal pressure, can't you? Okay, so we've got the core concept. Now let's connect the dots. How exactly does this belief in conditional worth manage to turn a nice, positive comment into a giant ball of anxiety? Here's the mechanism, right here. If your worth is on the line with everything you do, then a compliment isn't really a reward for a past success. It's the new minimum requirement for future acceptance. The bar has just been raised in public, and now your very worth feels like it's tied to clearing that higher bar next time. Let's just walk through the internal monologue. Step 1, the praise comes in. You absolutely nailed that presentation. Step 2, your brain immediately translates that to, okay, great, they now see me as a star performer, which leads directly to step 3, the intense pressure. I have to be this good or even better every single time. If I'm not, they'll discover I was a fraud all along. And so the only safe escape route? Step 4, the deflection. Oh, thanks, I just got lucky. You're basically trying to lower the stakes back down to a manageable level. So what do we do with all this? Well, understanding this whole psychological process is way more than just an interesting fact. It actually lets us transform how we see this behavior, changing it from a simple burden into a really powerful insight. All right, so let's recap what we've learned. First, when compliments are hard to take, it's because that praise feels less like a gift and way more like pressure. Second, that feeling is being driven by a belief in conditional self-worth. Third, the core fear isn't really about your past work, it's about failing to meet those new future expectations. And finally, just understanding this stuff is a huge tool for empathy, both for ourselves and for other people. And this is why it really, truly matters. This isn't just psychological trivia. Think of it as a lens that can give you much greater self-awareness about your own reactions. And it's an incredible tool for empathy, helping you understand why a friend, a family member, or a colleague might literally shrink away from the validation you're genuinely trying to offer them. And I want to leave you with this one last thought to chew on. We're always told to get better at taking a compliment. But what if that's not the real goal here? What if the deeper work is actually to build a foundation of self-worth that is so solid, so unconditional, that praise just becomes a nice bonus, instead of a necessary validation or a terrifying new standard? It's something to think about.